opportunities. So as One Nucleus, we work with companies of all sizes, and it always has been, it always will be a key market for those companies developing products in healthcare, pharmaceuticals, biotech. The US is everything faces west from the UK in those early stages of how do I grow. And it's complicated. It's complicated to develop the products. It's complicated to enter new markets. And from a One Nucleus perspective, we hear our members almost defaulting to saying, well, we must go to Boston. It feels like the most tractable. But actually, a job of One Nucleus as a not-for-profit membership group of those companies is to nurture an environment for informed deal flow. And you can only do that when people are looking as broadly as possible, not just can I do this here, or can I do it in Boston, or can I do it in San Francisco? It's where can I do this, and where's the best place for my company? And the whole partnership we have now with go-to-market is a key element of us being able to bring really good advice and signposting and contacts to that membership base to make those informed decisions, so that if they are going to be successful, let's make it successful through the most rational routes, not leave it to chance. So that's the bit that's really important to us as One Nucleus. We can support our members locally on practical measures of whether that's finding lab space, raising investment and deal flow. But actually, we have to help support them be successful globally in this industry. So being able to work with a pool of experts and a network like this just means we can bring that much better support and increase the chances of those companies succeeding, which ultimately is why we're all in this industry of life sciences, is to say, can we get better products out to patients? And is that going to improve? So it meets all the mission drivers for One Nucleus to help our members. It meets the industry's mission to be global and meet the unmet medical need. And this is a great opportunity for us to engage. So thanks very much for approaching us.
I'd like to echo what Tony said. I delightfully head up the GTM Life Science division. So I had the pleasure, as Mark said, of working for the UK government within the Department for International Trade for 5 years. So I had the joy of developing life science trade potential within the US healthcare ecosystem. So whether that be large pharma as well as mid-sized medtech firms that Tony's talking about as well. So really excited about today's session. The US, as we know, is still the top destination in the world's life sciences ecosystem, with many favoring the US market primarily over their own. So I know that life science industry, especially in the US, reached investment of over 500 billion in 2021. So it's a huge sector. As Tony mentioned, the US develops 40% of the global and medical device patents in the world. So life science contributes enormously to not just to the US economy, to the worldwide economy as well. In the US, it employs over 1.2 million. So it's hugely significant. So in terms of investment, I think, as Tony mentioned, really from a VC perspective, the US life science sector continues to dominate within the global investment landscape. So something we'll no doubt discuss a bit more today. And a question really back to Tony, just to bounce one back, Tony, if that's all right. If there were 3 things you would recommend that a company organizes so that they can land effectively in the US ecosystem, what 3 things might they be from your side?
I think the 3 key things, actually, they sort of all interrelate. It's knowing where you're landing. I think it's being mindful of the fact of whether your business model aligns with what your customers or investors are looking for in their market, rather than a business model designed for our market. It's understanding the deal-making process and the transaction process, which is different. So get to grips with that. And I think the other thing is just to surround yourself with very, very good people, whether that's inside your company or as collaborators or as advisors. And I think often the missing bit of the puzzle, I guess, is whether there's the right contacts to get things done, because we all know that doing good business is a people factor driven exercise. So I just think it's people, it's preparation, and it's patience.
And obviously, life sciences is a very strong focus within GTM, and we're looking to build that through Chris, but we are also looking at other, what we see as high growth channels that we'll be covering in 2024. Apart from life sciences, we'd be very much looking at net zero, sustainability, aerospace, and the wider tech focus.